Good morning, everybody. My name is Rohan, and this is my morning cup of tea. Now, firstly, I would like to apologize for two things. The first one is that when I last recorded the morning cup of tea, I actually had infusion, which is just a fruit dropped in water, instead of tea, which normally uses a tea bag to create the flavor. Now, because infusions and teas are completely different things, I think it is completely against the spirit of the morning cup of tea to drink infusion, and I hope that you'll forgive me for my mistake. I would also like to apologize because it is actually the afternoon right now when I am recording this episode, and so this also goes against the spirit of the morning cup of tea. Nonetheless, despite my transgressions, I would like to talk today about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and the myth of meritocracy in the show and in life. So, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a game show where there are several people in sort of a quiz area, and a question is asked, and the person who responds to it fastest gets to go in the hot seat. Now, once you're in the hot seat, you answer a series of questions, and once you get to a certain amount, you can win $1 million. At any point, you can stop the questions and go away with the money that you've received up till that point. Also, the amounts increase exponentially, so that every question there's heightened excitement about whether the person will become a millionaire or walk away with the money. Now, it's easy to think that anybody can be a millionaire because of this game show. Anybody can call in, get on the show, answer the question fast enough, and answer the correct questions, and finally become a millionaire. However, there are certain inequalities that are produced by the show. For instance, the hosts are almost always white men who seem, I guess, to have a better speaking voice and presence than anybody else who ever auditioned for the show. Suspicious to me. Secondly, a lot of the contestants on the show are sort of boring, middle class, white people who are highly educated and therefore are excited to play on the show. This is both a little boring to watch and also shows that not everybody, not people of any background, can be successful and get on the show. Finally, we might wonder, what is the point of measuring knowledge in this quiz format in general, and why is it rewarded with so much money? After all, knowledge is something that you gain perhaps by reading and by going to school and participating in education, which rich people have a better chance of having. And so perhaps the show might be less of a measure of knowledge and more of a measure of how privileged you are, and how passionate you are about quizzing. Despite these things, I think it's still fun to watch quiz shows, and it's good to get your brains going, perhaps better than a lot of sort of silly reality TV. However, it's still good to keep in mind that not everybody can be a millionaire. If you're interested in the drama behind this show, I recommend a series on ITV4 called Quiz, which is about people who committed fraud and won the show in 2001, and the sort of controversy around it. My name is Rohan, and this has been my morning cup of tea.